There we go. I'm going live now on both Periscope and also, hang on, good, I'm live on both. I have one of those contraptions where you can connect your iPhone on one top, your iPad on the bottom, and then you can broadcast to both at the same time. So I'm broadcasting on Periscope and also on Facebook Live. And thanks for stopping by. My name is Joe Ippolito. I am the CEO of Media Marketing Management and also Sync Media Network, which is our broadcast news organization. So we have different hats that we wear, and when I'm broadcasting for news or reviews, I'll be wearing my press hat. And also we have one, you know what, hang on a second, I'll show you real quick. When we're broadcasting live from certain events and everything, I have our Live U University. And then when we're broadcasting, talking about media marketing management, we have our media marketing management hat. Just kind of having fun. Sometimes I won't wear the hat, sometimes I will. But I just thought I'd let you know. And what I wanted to do today was just give you a brief overview of Daymond John's Launch Academy. It's been traveling around the country, a couple cities every other day, and multiple times within those cities. And I attended it, and I think it's a great idea if you are new to being an entrepreneur. If you've been around for a while, pretty much everything you've kind of gone through by experience, but if you're new, I think it's something that you should look at. So I took a couple notes, and I just wanted to let you know what it was about. And during the opening speech, they said, you know, the sharks, they don't pick the contestants on Shark Tank because they don't know anything about TV. That's not what their business is. They're in the experts of their business field. So who picks the people? The producers, Mark Burnett, and he's got a very good creative team for reality TV. And by the way, you all know that reality TV is not so real. They script out just about everything else. So the real Shark Tank is not a TV show. The Shark Tank happens when the lights go out. And that's when people like Daymond takes the entrepreneur, introduces them to his team. Then the team will work with them, can do multiple things. He has to delegate and allocate to his team. That's how he built FUBU. You can't do all these things by yourself. And if you think about it, Shark Tank has 40,000 people applying every year, and the producers are picking the most exciting shows to make the ratings. And do you think there's a lot of opportunities that are dropped on the corners all around that could be making very good money? So I think Daymond wanted to address that also. The problem with entrepreneurs is that normally we're really strong-willed, and a lot of times we're not coachable, and we're not teachable. Then they fail and lose all their money and their time, and they said, God, if I just would have listened and worked with a team, maybe I would have been highly successful today instead of going through and experiencing the pain that I've had. And then they pointed out that not working with a team leads to confusion, frustration, and eventually overwhelmed. And that's where they end up. And they talked about the 5 keys to succeed in business. Number 1 is customer engagement. 2 is differentiation. 3 is the ability to communicate your message. And 4 is founder competency and delegation. Number 5 is the ability to create a revenue model that's profitable. Reading from my notes here. And those are the keys. And by the way, your thoughts become your words. Your words become action, and your word is law in your universe. So I want to ask you these 3 questions. I'm going to say 2 words. I want you to finish the sentence, and let's take the quiz. Time is, most people answered money. A self-made, most people answered millionaire. If you want things done, most people answered do it yourself. And that is such broken thinking. And you just parroted something that's in your rural highway. And this is my point. We have not been programmed from the time we were born. Yes or no? Yes, we have been. It's funny, way back when, before the Industrial Revolution, everybody was an independent entrepreneur. Then the Industrial Revolution came along, and you were working for someone else on a production line. It totally took away your thinking and your instincts about being an entrepreneur, and you depended on making money for yourself. But in reality, you were making somebody money, like Ford, that type of thing. So we kind of totally lost that concept, and that's what we're trying to get back to now. And TV's been running all of our lives. Society has been telling us stuff. The news media, constantly negative news. CNN is running across your mind every night before you go to bed. And what happens with most people, and what happens, they speak about lies. Time is not money. A wealthy person tells you no way. If you lose time, you can never get it back. If you lose money, you can get it back. In fact, you can take all the money I've made right now away from me, and I would have it back in a couple of years. And that's because I've invested in myself. I've invested in myself since I was 21, 22, and I know how to make money in multiple ways. And most people don't. They're afraid to invest in themselves. They're too busy buying junk. They say if you take all the money, transfer it equally among all people within a matter of 5 years, it all ends up back in the hands of those who made it before. And why is that? Think about it. All your broke friends and neighbors, they're really good at making money. Are they really good at making money? Very critical. So why did Damon launch Academy? To help people like you that are serious and committed, that want to work with a team, take your business to the next level, no matter what it is. And people like me, or people who want to streamline and make a difference, make money and help the world. It's really about understanding that when you start a business, you don't have a lot of skills. You might have one skill that you're really great at, but you're not good at a lot of these. It's really about understanding when you start a business that those skills are important. You're not a master of branding. You're not a master of marketing. Some might say, I don't like sales. Well, guess what? That's why you've got to learn to use the teams to delegate this. How do you do it effectively and accurately in the process? You automate your business. You're not spending all your time in your business. You're working on your business. There's the difference. So what they have, they filled the room each time that one particular day, probably about 300 people. Damon wasn't there, but he spoke by video. Someone gave a keynote address, which I was quoting from here. And then they had the team in the back of the room. If you were serious and committed, you went and signed up for 3 days of training working with Damon's team. And again, you signed up. They said the program was probably $39.95. I think when it came down to it, it was like $9.99, which is still a good price if you don't have any experience at all in being an entrepreneur and making business. Again, you need a team to do this. Trying to do it all yourself, I try to do it all myself, complete waste of time. I invested in myself. I spent some money, put it on charge cards, whatever I needed to do, learned it, and then I knew how to delegate it and also do some of the things that I really need to do and polish up more on being in sales. So that's pretty much it. I would recommend it, again, to anyone who is not an entrepreneur definitely go do it. And this his launch academy is traveling around the United States. If it comes to your area, go catch it. I think it'll be very worthwhile. I've been fortunate enough to do some work with the Sharks and have helped them in consulting. So I kind of have a little background in what they do and where they're coming from. And they've instituted a lot of my ideas. So this is Joe Ippolito. I hope you enjoyed this, and keep in touch. We'll be broadcasting a couple times a week for Sync Media Network, and look forward to it. And if you look at our profile, you'll see how to connect with all of us. And we'll be reporting live from every major convention that happens to be in Las Vegas and Los Angeles and San Diego. Thanks again. Look forward to talking to you again. Joe Ippolito, out.